I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Madam Clerk, I have roll, please.
Mayor John Eric Hoover.
Here.
Vice Mayor Linda Rodriguez.
Here.
Councilman David Mueller.
Here.
Councilman Robert Hubbard.
Here.
Councilwoman Lisa Burke.
Here.
City Manager Matthew Koppler.
Here. Thank you. If everybody could silence their cell phones just so we don't get interrupted. I'm going to do mine now, as I forgot myself. Okay. So first up, we have two proclamations. So if I could have our city manager, Matthew Koppler, come down to accept the one from the city of Port Richey, and then after that, we'll do Kim LaCarty for the local. Yeah, around here. So first I have a proclamation of the City of Port Richey celebrating the 100-day City Centennial celebration. Whereas the City of Port Richey was incorporated on May 18th, 1925, and has since developed into a vibrant community rich in history, culture, pride. And whereas the 100-day City Centennial celebration will commence on February 7th, 2025, and conclude on May 18th, 2025, marking 100 years of progress, community spirit, and shared achievements. And whereas the Centennial celebration provides a unique opportunity for residents, visitors, and future generations to honor the legacy of those who came before us, reflecting on the journey of Port Richey and the values that have shaped our city. And whereas the city invites all citizens to participate in a myriad of special events, activities, and festivities designed to commemorate our past while looking forward to a bright future. And whereas as we come together to celebrate, let us also recognize the commitment of our community members, city officials, and local organizations whose tireless efforts continue to enhance the quality of life in Port Richey. Now, therefore, I, John Eric Hoover, Mayor of the City of Port Richey, do hereby proclaim the period from February 7th to May 18th, 2025 as the 100-day City Centennial Celebration. I encourage all residents and visitors to join in the celebrations, honor our shared history, and embrace the spirit of community that defines our beloved city. In witness whereof I have here unto set my hand and cause the great seal of the City of Port Richey to be affixed this February 7th, 2025. Mayor John Eric Hoover.
Smile, Matt. Make believe you're happy.
Okay.
So he smiles afterwards.
And if I could have a cable card? Or LaCarrie, I guess, right? Yeah. And this is a proclamation of the City of Port Richey in honor of Kimberly LaCarrie, designer of the City Centennial logo. Whereas the City of Port Richey is proud to celebrate its rich history and vibrant community as it approaches its 100th anniversary. Whereas to commemorate this momentous occasion, a 100-day Centennial celebration will take place from February 7th, 2025 to May 18th, 2025. And whereas the City, or Centennial Committee and the City Council sought a distinctive logo that captures the spirit and heritage of our beloved city. And whereas Kimberly LaCarrie, through her exceptional creativity and dedication, designed a remarkable logo that embodies the essence of Port Richey, reflecting our past and inspiring our future. And whereas her design has been officially selected by the Centennial Committee and City Council to represent the 100-day Centennial celebration, serving as a symbol of pride for our community. Now, therefore, I, John Eric Hoover, Mayor of the City of Port Richey, do hereby proclaim February 7th, 2025 as the beginning of the City Centennial celebration and honor Kimberly LaCarrie for her outstanding contribution in designing a logo that will be prominently displayed throughout this historic event. In witness whereof, I have here unto set my hand and cause the great seal of the City of Port Richey to be affixed this February 7th, 2025. Mayor John Eric Hoover. Thank you.
I know about it. It's okay. Women will be able. I know. I got it.
Okay, so with that, we'll move on to comments from the city manager. I'll pass it to Mr. Koppler for his comments.
Thank you. I just wanted to first thank the
Centennial Committee for all the work they've been doing and all the work that they will be doing over the next 100 days. That's something that, again, a number of staff members are on there, as well as residents and interested citizens that have been doing a lot of work up to this point and have a lot of work to come. But really proud of everything that they've put together for the upcoming 100 days of 100 years. And I'd also like to thank the rest of the staff of the city. If you look around the city hall, you notice that it's been spruced up quite a bit, and our employees within Public Works did an excellent job in taking care of that, as well as what's going to become as well as one of the events as part of this, which is the unveiling of the time capsule. I know that wasn't the easiest thing for some of them to get out, but they did a great job in securing it, making sure that the history is protected, and will be open shortly. So, thank you.
So next up is council business. Item number 1, opening Centennial address by the mayor and city council. Normally when we would have our council meetings, I wait till last to give my comments, but I've got a prepared statement, so I'll go ahead and read that now, and then I'll pass it to the different council members for their comments as well. So members of city council, staff, fellow residents, business owners, and friends of Port Richey. A century ago, our beloved waterfront community took its first official steps as an incorporated city. 100 years of dreams, determination, and community spirit that have shaped this precious piece of Florida's Gulf Coast into the city we call home today. As we convene here now, with the gentle waters of the Gulf lapping at our shores just as they did 100 years ago, we gather to celebrate a century of stories, struggles, and triumphs that have shaped Port Richey over the years. When our founders first settled at the mouth of the Cody River, they couldn't have imagined what their vision would become. From those humble beginnings, we've grown into a community of over 3,000 residents who call this waterfront paradise their home. But today isn't just about looking back, it's about looking forward. As we stand at this historic milestone, Port Richey is transforming before our eyes. Our potential Cody River Landing project will be reimagining our waterfront, creating new spaces for families and friends to gather and for businesses to thrive. Through the continued use of our Community Redevelopment Agency, as well as our recently created 2125 Coastal Resiliency and Restoration Committee, we're not just going to be preserving our city's charm, we're going to enhance it for future generations. What makes this moment truly special is that we're not just celebrating a date on a calendar. We're celebrating the spirit of a community that has weathered storms, both literal and figurative, but always emerging stronger. From our commercial fishing heritage to our modern role as a gateway to the Gulf and Florida's Nature Coast, Port Richey has always been a city that knows how to adapt while keeping its soul intact. The next 100 years begin today. Our capital improvement projects are laying the groundwork for sustainable growth. Our waterways, the lifeblood of our community, will be protected and enhanced for future generations. And our commitment to smart, community-focused development ensures that as we grow, we'll keep the small town charm that makes Port Richey special. To our young people who will carry this city forward, your Port Richey will be even more vibrant than ours. It will be a city where innovation meets tradition, where our waterfront continues to be our crown jewel, and where community still matters above all else. To our seniors who have helped build this community, your wisdom and experience are the foundation upon which we'll build our future. The stories you've shared, the traditions you've preserved, and the lessons you've taught us will guide us forward. As your mayor, I clearly see a future where Port Richey becomes a model for sustainable coastal living, where our business district thrives with new energy, and where every single resident feels the pride of belonging to a truly special community. This Centennial celebration isn't just a milestone, it's a launching pad. The next 100 years of Port Richey's story begins right here, right now, with each and every one of us. Together, we'll honor our past by building a future worthy of those who came before us and for all of those who will follow behind us. So today, as we kick off this historic celebration, let's relish in the fact that we have come this far despite many obstacles along the way, and look forward to a future that is only limited by our imagination and our determination to succeed. Thank you all for being a part of this momentous occasion. Let the Port Richey Centennial celebration begin. Thank you. And with that, I will start to my left with Councilwoman Burke.
It's just amazing what all the Centennial Committee and the staff has put the time to plan everything. It's exciting to see everybody here today and for the next 100 days going forward. Looking forward to seeing everybody at the different events, and just thank you all for being here today.
Thank you. Councilman Mueller.
I also echo that. I appreciate all the hard work that's gone into this, and I know that everybody has their heart and soul in this as well. I also happened to notice that our tree has transformed into a Centennial celebration tree. In case we were wondering why the Christmas tree hasn't been taken down, and I think that's a very, very good use of that. Yeah, thank you.
Councilman Hubbard.
A ditto. What you guys said there. And a privilege to be here. Absolutely privileged to be here. Honored to represent the people of Port Richey. And thanks, kudos to everybody here in the office. City Hall has been working so hard to make this a great centennial for all our citizens. And we just need to grab everybody, pull along, and bring that into a positive effort for the city and show everybody a really good time and show what we're really all about. Smiles and a good time. And whoever brought these pastries needs to have a warning label next to them. They're bad for your diet, trust me. But thank you guys. Appreciate it very much.
And we'll wrap up council comments with our Vice Mayor Rodriguez.
I've lived here for 38 years, and I've watched this city grow through its ups and downs. And there have been some downs, but there's also been wonderful ups. I'm very privileged to sit up here. I'm very privileged to have all of you guys working with us. I truly appreciate all of you. So thank you very much. I'm going to switch hats, and I'm going to say I was sitting at CAC last night. If any of you, I see a lot of new faces in the audience, any of you would like to join any one of our committees or boards, please feel free. But I know we also last night, you need lots of, I'm not on the Centennial Committee, but I know you guys need lots of volunteers. So if anybody out there would like to volunteer for any one of the events, I'm sure get in touch with Mayor Hoover or any one of the committees or the City Hall, Ashley. And I'm sure they will be more than glad to accommodate whatever event you would like to help with. So thank you very much for coming. I appreciate it.
Yeah, and I'll say one more thing just to expound upon that. We definitely need your help. It's a monumental task to pull off these events in this next 100 days. We didn't get started as early as we would like, but we're moving along. And so any help you want to provide, absolutely reach out and we'll get you plugged in, and so you can help make this a huge success. So thank you all. Next up is item number 2, official recognition of the Centennial Paddle from City of Newport Richey to City of Port Richey. We had so Newport Richey's event, the Centennial event, was last year. And so as a token of that handoff from their Centennial to ours, Chopper Davis is here from the Mayor of Newport Richey. We're going to recreate what we did a few months back with that paddle at a council meeting. He's going to hand that back to us, and we're going to formally accept that, and we'll have that in our trophy case. So Chopper, if you want to come up and say a few words about the paddle and then hand it over.
Thank you all for the invite to be here. It's exciting in my opinion because I just went through us celebrating our 100th anniversary, and I decided to come and represent Dr. Avery, who was the first mayor of Newport Richey, with his dress. And then I think there's only one other person in this building right now that remembers Dr. Avery, and that's Vic Mallett, because he's about old too, as old as I am. But anyhow, that's why I'm excited for you guys, because we had a great time, and that there's an old line that 90% of the volunteer work is done by 10% of the people. So I'm asking you to be part of the 10% and come out and help the city recognize 100 years and carry it forward. We paddled this up from Newport Richey on the end of October and left it at Nick's Park, and then we came and made the presentation here. And so this is just a kickoff from something that we've already done.
Thank you.
One more time. Hey, right here. Get your sound out of the way.
Thank you. Thank you, Chopper.
y'all could read that in the back. So obviously it has Newport Richey, Centennial, Newport Richey, their dates, our dates, Port Richey, and then here it says paddling together for 100 years. So we're looking forward to continuing that journey.
Nice.
I'm getting my steps in today. Okay, finally, item number 3, council business, opening of City Hall time capsule and presentation of items. I will pass that to Mr. Koppler for introduction.
Let's just get the items in here.
Okay, so what's the protocol?
There's a, if I wanted to, we have taken the time, the Public Works has exercised it out. If council or anyone, you, the vice mayor, or anyone else from council want to take some pictures as we're pulling it out of the ground,
Okay.
So that we can document that we're moving it. We'll take some pictures, and then we'll bring it in here, and then we can start opening it up.
So do you want the public to stay here while we do that and then bring it in? Or?
Yeah, because we're only going to just take some pictures with council anyway.
So if y'all don't mind, we'll take a short recess while council goes out here to
So just to be a moment,
zoom
help
the
yourself take
items,
a
and
picture.
we'll bring them in.
Yeah, you don't have
Well, yeah, you can actually go out too,
Anyone
but you're welcome to stay. Everything inside a capsule is sealed, so they're going to pull it out, put it on the table, and then we'll come down and we'll open these various items and see what they are.
Was anybody here when this was placed in the ground?
I was we were working here, but I wasn't. I can't remember if they when they actually did this was during construction.
Uh-huh.
Do you remember, Mike? I believe it was right after construction. Right after construction. Yeah.
Were you at the ceremony?
No, I saw it.
And this has been in the ground for 25 years, is that?
Well,
Since 02. Okay. And so while they're taking the stuff out, we're actually going to do this. We're going to put one back for the 100-year anniversary on May 18th. So obviously the committee will be working on what that involves. If I'm sure the public will be involved, put some things in or whatever. So just kind of be thinking about what we might could put in a capsule going forward.
We need a fire and police patch for sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah, I know. I know. Yeah.
Yeah, the fire and police patches.
this you'll probably want to read.
Okay.
I mean, essentially, you go with what's.
Oh, this
going
is
on
for the whole
in the
capsule?
site, right?
No, well, that's that capsule. So this particular
You
capsule.
see what's 25
As you
years
can
down
see-
the road.
Use the microphone,
with
Sal.
dogs.
Heads up,
Yeah.
everybody.
Hey, everybody, have your attention?
So at the time when this was first put in, each council member made their own envelopes of documents that they wanted to preserve for the capsule from 2003. This capsule is from the 50th anniversary. back in 75.
Wow. Oh, wow.
So council has a consensus decision to make here today. Is one of two things. Do we put this back in the ground with everything else, or do we open it today?
Should I read this?
Yeah, there is.
Let me read the. Well, I got my mics on here. Let me read the note that's on the capsule. It says, obviously, City of Port Richey, Florida. The items contained in this cylinder were placed in a time capsule in May of 1975 and buried during Port Richey's 50th anniversary and grand opening of the City Hall at 1000 U.S. Highway 19, later changed to 8624 Port Richey Village Loop when Pasco County conducted an address restructuring in 1988. The capsule was retrieved when the building was demolished in April of 2000 to make way for a new Walmart Supercenter, which opened on March 14, 2001. Additional items are being added in a new time capsule, which will be buried at the grand opening ceremony for the new City Hall at 6333 Ridge Road on Tuesday, March 26, 2002. We hope those who open this capsule will enjoy the history we are hoping to preserve as much as we have enjoyed reading about the events in 1975. Shirley Durst, City Clerk, March 25th, 2002.
Open.
Open.
So,
Show of hands.
I make a motion.
well, hold on. So I'll pass around each council member's comments, but I'll start. I mean, I think it would be great that we open, take a look at it, and I would entertain either putting the stuff back in and reburying it with so it could be future, or we could display it out in the case or something like that. So I mean, but I definitely think that we should open and take a look, see what they put forth.
I make a motion.
Open it and put it in the back.
Okay.
I think that's. I like surprises, so I'm kind of like no, but I really want to see what's
Right.
in it. So I'm in for opening it and putting it back in.
Putting it back.
We can take pictures of it and document it that way and put that out there, but putting it back in for the next time, yes.
Right.
I think we'd take a look at it, but if you take pictures, then it kind of ruins it for the next 25 years. So keep a surprise for them.
Right. No
And
pictures.
for the privileged ones that here today get to see it and tell the story, and then we can rebury it.
Yeah,
Back in.
I like that. Yeah, Bob. No pictures.
Well, assuming we're going to open this in another 25 years, a lot of us in this room aren't going to be around. So I'd vote for looking at it now.
Yeah.
Because I'm one of those ones.
So obviously this is being recorded as a public meeting too. So I don't know logistically if there's a way that we could
That's okay. That'll be
not show that on the video, or if we care about that. But I kind of like the idea
Yeah,
of
that's okay.
Over here.
outside the camera view. That's true.
You can relocate the table.
No, I think if people are going to zone in, let them see.
Yeah. Well, and obviously they won't be able to get up close and personal with it, so I don't think it's that big a deal either. So it's up to you guys. But,
Yeah, open.
so by consensus, is there any objections to opening the time capsule now and then burying it with the new one? Any objections? And that's what we will do.
Okay, so Public Works is going to go ahead and figure out
How to
what they need to do to get that open and bring it back in here. And I figured for now, we can go ahead and observe what the council members put in back in 2002 on the table here.
Yeah, and I think since we aren't going to open this and replant it, that we put another note on here that we took a peek and we like it so much that we're going to put it back out there for next time.
We'll have to tape another like a bottom little note saying
addendum. Yeah.
us in 2025 to the week.
Sorry, we peeked.
Mr. Mayor, we're gonna also do our own for this year that we're gonna,
Right.
That's correct. That's it. On May 18th, we're going to plan a new one for the 100th year.
yeah.
You two get patches for this new one.
Yeah.
Yeah, patches. Patches for the next one.
Well, this is exciting because I was wondering if there wasn't an older one in there somewhere, and I'm glad to see that there is. This is great. This is good stuff.
A newspaper. Does a newspaper even exist anymore?
And if there's any eggs in there, I got first dibs on them. So
I think we need a list.
just because they were much cheaper then.
I think we need a list of all the utility workers that dug that out for put in for the next one.
Yes, that'd be good too.
Pasco.
papers down in my driveway. So I work on it.
So basically, they just gave us a copy of the Suncoast News at that time and the Tampa Tribune. And
Read the top
so you
lines.
want to read the top lines?
Yeah, so we've got several. Well, there's a couple different. Each newspaper represented, looks like. So we have the Suncoast News.
In case you're not unfamiliar, that's got an analog edition.
Yeah, this is our local edition. So it's dated Saturday, March 23rd, 2002, volume 44, number 60. I'll read the front page headline is US 19 Ridge Road Traffic Study Accelerating. A couple other ones,
Still
curbs
working on
lifted
that.
from Star Dancer bank accounts. Other plans, Reaper cheated as artist defies bleak prognosis and keeps creating. Doctors gave Arline Edric only days to live. 2 years later, the Arepica artist is about to have her work displayed in a Largo gallery.
Nice.
So that's Suncoast News. And then we have I guess they had another edition. It's West Pasco Suncoast News Green Sheet, Saturday, March 23rd, 2002. Oh, this is the ads? Okay. And so come in, rain or shine, push, pull, or tow it in. The drive-in deals, unbelievable savings under our tent at Bayonet Point Plaza. And that was, looks like Furman off-site sale.
Do they have any car prices advertised?
Great question.
On the back,
On the back.
On the back, there's a.
Actually, there's someone here too. So $15,000 cars for $10,000, $2,500 cars for $1,500, $10,000 cars for $5,000, and $15,000 cars for $2,500. So financing as low as 0%. And then we have the Tampa Tribune, Tuesday, March 26, 2002, Tampa, Florida. Still waiting. Unhappy diet formula users say all they lost is cash. And then Bush appears flexible on campaign commitments. Arafat's role at summit in doubt. HCA officials' convictions overturned. Okay. And then last but not least, we have the St. Petersburg Times, which is a huge paper. This was dated March 24th, 2002. It was $1. Big winners in Disabled Crusade, lawyers. Session reveals division in GOP. Keeping the faith. The Reverend Robert J. Schneider, pastor at Holy Family Catholic Church in St. Petersburg, addressed allegations against Bishop Robert N. Lynch during Saturday's Visual Mass, which commenced Holy Week. Parishioners responded with applause.
Look on the back.
About the Pasco.
Times.
Yep.
Oh, and Pasco,
Yeah.
another one?
That's
No, it's part of it.
that's the local.
Used to be a memo.
Oh, okay, I'll read that too. So you got Pasco Times, Sunday, March 24, 2002. Prescription help for needy is on the way with a helmet and hand signals. Picture of two kids on a trike with helmets. Deputy returns to head sheriff's unit. Lifelong traveler takes his home on the road. And I'll read this little, there's a picture of two ducks called Flapper. A duckling flaps water off its wings after playing with its three siblings recently at Grandma's Huggin' Farm in Crystal Springs.
What deputy was that took over sheriff's department?
He's only 28 years old, but Brett Schianella is the right man to head internal investigations, says Sheriff Bob White.
Okay.
And that's the papers.
Interesting looking back.
Down there, there.
Interesting, some of those same issues.
Would that be easier for him?
There we go. So there was a packet from each council member?
Each council member, vice mayor, and mayor.
Well, why don't we hand them to the counterparts, and we can each open those, right?
It's one easy to pronounce. Oh, illustrate. I got that.
Thank you.
So what we'll do is we'll start with the councilman, councilwoman, whatever, if you can read their name. And then, city manager had one too. Oh. And I'll let you describe what's inside here. So we'll start with Councilman Hubbard.
This envelope was placed by Councilman Joseph Minicola. City of Port Richey, talking about the history, just like we're doing today. And made a directory. Oh, that's old City Hall. Yep. Port Richey City Councilman Madeline Salzola, Patricia Gutman, Vice Mayor Michael J. Cox, Mayor Roger Newsett, and William D. Wilson. The map of the city. With some ads on it. Then they got bingo. It sounds central bingo. And a bunch of patches from the city.
Oh, nice.
Old patches. And it looks like a silver dollar in there. Ooh, I got jackpot. Yep. That's all we got here. This. Oh, there you go.
Down.
No, it's not. Go away. Building official Clay Shake. City Clerk Shirley Dresch. Secretary Margaret Stafford. And Elena Striano. City Engineer Jim Tippins. Code Enforcement Officer Ralph. Remember Ralph? Zanello. Around forever. Alois Taylor. City Attorney. And they had Planning and Zoning Board. Norman Kohler, Bruce Dickey, Michelle Nichols, Paul Miller, and Howard Knutzman. Remember Howard? Board of Adjustment. Board of Adjustment. Chairman Larry Applefield, Vice Chairman Thomas Kurtzer, members Betty Shake, Robert Ascott, Robert Hartzell, Carol Lott, and Robert Gibson. Public Works was Patricia Gutman, Alan Foley, Herbert Schmidt, Patrick Quinn, and Cosimo Malphone. Yep. Cosmo. Police Department had a commissioner, Michael J. Cox. Chief Albert Latchford. Secretary Mary Shanley, Sergeant William Sager, Patrolmans Walter DePietro, Robert Kern, Christopher Hicks, Gordon Lennon, Sandra Harbin, Ronald Jean Blythe. And Fire Department Commissioner was Madeline Salzillo, Chief was Dennis Smith, Lieutenant Timothy Sirios, Stephen Reed, and Jennifer Brewer. Parks and Recreation, William D. Wilson was the commissioner, Supervisor Herman Brittenbach, and crewman Michael Wells, Jr. was a crewman. And we got pictures of everybody here too. Inside. We'll have that posted if you guys want to take a look at that.
Is that everything?
I remember some of these folks.
Is that everything in your packet?
That's it. That's
Okay.
everything in here.
All right. Yep. Councilwoman Burke, you want to do next?
Councilwoman Phyllis Gray. This is a tale of two cities. City of Port Richey, Florida. The facts about the proposed merger between the cities of Port Richey and Newport Richey.
It's still going on.
That was from April 1997. And it says annexation efforts are nothing new. City manager, our future is at stake, Vincent Lugo. Here's an article. This is kind of timely. Motivated professionals help make Port Richey one of Florida's safest cities. And that's something we're still working on.
Yep.
When they're talking about the merger, it says bigger isn't necessarily better. Many questions remain unanswered. This looks like it's just part of a paper, but it's talking about the Save Our Sandbar.
Oh, Susan Clark.
Yeah, Save Our Sandbar, a citizen group protesting state controlled over North Anclote Bar. And Susan Clark, among women who shaped Port Richey history. Susan Page Clark.
Is that Max Clark? Max.
It says instead of who was the first woman to serve on city council, it is rather a woman served on Port Richey's first city council. Susan Page Clark was elected to Port Richey's first governing body after the city's incorporation in May of 1925. She was named vice chairman of the council and went on to 3 more terms, according to a West Pasco Heritage, a book compiled by the West Pasco Historical Society. This paper's from 2002. Port Richey test drives new city hall. And that is 2002, so it's the city hall.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I want to read that one, so I won't. We'll fold it over. Council quietly leaves interim city hall. The facility was the site of disagreements and unusual circumstances for nearly 2 years. The new city hall opens on Monday. And another article about City Hall, the move got delayed 1 more day. It doesn't really say why. Oh, delayed completing the roof. Another article and picture of the new City Hall. And this is from 2002, 80th annual Chasco Fiesta.
Okay. You know, it's interesting to see these newspapers in here as people put them away, as that was a major source of getting information back then. I guess when we bury ours, we have to put links links to articles on the web, right? So, Councilman Mueller.
Yes. This is Councilman William Bennett. Let's see what we have here.
Looks like he thought outside the box a little bit. That's good.
What is that?
What is that?
Hold on, let Dave reveal.
Watch there be a pager.
There's dirt in the bottom, but I believe that he was headed to putting his 2 cents worth. There's a Motorola telephone.
Can we see it again? I remember that. It was Nokia, right?
It was the Nextel, yeah, like a walkie-talkie.
This is a Motorola Nextel. Yeah. There's no charger, so we don't know what's on there. And then there's it looks like a coffee cup that says 75th anniversary, City of Newport Richey. So that's what we have here.
Was in there little blue rocks, I guess?
Blue ribbons.
Blue ribbons.
Blue ribbon. Oh, blue ribbons.
Glass cup. That's it.
That it? All right.
Nice.
Vice Mayor Rodriguez?
Mine is from Vice Mayor Patricia Gutman. It's the City of Port Richey grand opening and dedication ceremony of the City Hall complex, Tuesday, March 26, 2002. And then it's the whole agenda with Eloise Taylor as the mayor. Vice Mayor was Patricia Gutman, all the people that have already been mentioned. Who the architect was, the general contractor, the welcome, the whole program. And special thanks to all who contributed to this was Argento's Pastry and Shop, Public Supermarket, Happiness is Florist, and Walmart Supercenter. Grand opening committee was Lou Fellini, Shirley Dresch, Marianne Dush, D-U-S-C-H, Dush. Oh no, she's the push. Betty Farmer and Annette Perez was the finance director.
That's the original one.
Yeah, original one. Like set up as like a program, and then she has city hall photos. So let's see. Oh, so she's got all these digital photos of the site.
Oh,
nice.
Nice.
That's like beforehand, like it's just blank. Same thing, just a different angle.
I remember when there's nothing there.
Yeah.
That's what everybody says. I remember when there was nothing but
The
orange.
footings.
Nice.
Same thing, just a little bit more work done. Oh, the outside walls are up.
Sal, I'm assuming the city has these archives somewhere too, right? These pictures are.
These are all done.
Probably. I'm sure they're in one of our archives for that. We set up plans for City Hall, everything.
So all the pictures from City Hall going up. Are we reburying this as well? This piece?
Yeah, that's what was in there, right?
Should be able to put it all back in it.
Yeah.
All of it.
Oh, it's kind of like a parking lot now.
No.
More pictures. The whole thing is the pictures of it, so that's cool. And then this is the almost completed one. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Eh?
That's nice. I like how they're all different. All the packs.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Is that everything for you?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's it.
Okay, so mine is from Mayor Eloise Taylor, God rest her soul. And we have some pictures. This is a disaster. This is a photo of our previous city hall located in town center at 8624 Port Richey Village Loop. This photo shows what the parking lot surrounding City Hall looked like the morning of the city woke up to the roars of the no-name storm on March 13th, 1993.
Wow.
And there's a picture here. I guess this is city staff. Looks like everybody out in front of the old City Hall. Let's see. There's a letter here. Hi there. This is June 22nd, 2000. Hi there. We wish to welcome you to the City of Port Richey. We are just a small group of the city's present employees. This picture was this is about the picture. This picture was taken in the month of March 2000 in front of our City Hall located at 8624 Port Richey Village Loop, located in the middle of a very large parking lot on the west side of US 19. At the time this picture was taken, we were in the process of moving from the building you see behind us, so this picture holds a lot of sentiment for most of us. At this present time, they are in the process of building a new City Hall for the City of Port Richey. We are planning to take occupancy during the year of 2001. Presently, we are temporarily located in the Ridge Road Center on Ridge Road, also known as the Public Shopping Center. Right now, in place of where our City Hall used to be, they are constructing a new super Walmart in our community. Some of us that you see have been employed with the city a long time, and then there are some just a short time, and some have already moved on. So with all due respect, I would like to go on and introduce us to you. So the front row, left to right, ladies first. Dolores Garcia, Marianne Dush, Kathy Rappa, Jackie Fish, City Clerk Shirley Dresch, Marge Stanford, Cindy Wood, Carol Noble, Sue Pinkney, Virginia Turnbow. Second row is Steve Reed, Tim Sorois, Rob Gupton, Gene Leto, Sal Carey. Familiar with that guy? Mike, you made the capsule. Congratulations. Mike Perizzi, Dominic Demondo, Cosmo Morfoni, Kevin Van Marter, Ruben Irizarry, Abe Carmack, Jan Breland, Angela Tellier, Police Chief Bill Downs, Gordon Lennon, and Bill Sager. Where is Sal here? Second row. I think that's him, but he has a picture.
Where's Cosmo?
Third row. Sorry. Third row, Fire Chief Tim Fussell, Perry Palumbo, Patrick Day, Carmelo Ostalaza, Shane Orndorff, Nick DeMarco, Nick Bifulco, Curtis Marafino, Ron Spani, Patrick Alou, Harry Ramsey, John Seidler, Mike Koch. Yeah, another guy, been around a while. Gene Blythe. The back row is Bob Getz, Mark Wood, Runa Lero, Rocky Schmidt, Jay Racel. Unfortunately, a couple of significant others were not present for this particular memorable moment, but they are important people in our everyday functions. They are Ellie Stroiano, Evelyn Barcelo, and City Manager Vince Lupo. I would also like to give recognition to our present council members, Mayor Eileen Ferdinand, Vice Mayor Robert Laguerre, Councilman Tom Brown, Councilman Joe Minicola, Councilwoman Patricia Gutman, also previous council members Ann Lennon and Ron Barnett. All these people were part of this memorable transformation in the city of Port Richey, aka the little city by the river. Well, it's been a pleasure. I'm glad I had this opportunity to share this information with you. Please be so kind as to put me back. Thank you. Well, it's good to know that they had intentions of going back as well. And P.S. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Ellie, a.k.a. Ellen Stroiano. I am presently employed with the City of Port Richey for 9.5 years. I have worked in the finance department for that length of time as a finance accounting assistant. On April 10th, 2000, I transferred to administration. My current position is administrative assistant. I enjoy my job. It's a great little city. Very nice.
Yeah. Please put me back.
Yeah.
And then there's a City of Port Richey employee list, fiscal year 2001, 2002. Most of them probably were read, but that's here. There's a couple blank letterhead pieces. Well, actually, let's see. Okay, so it looks like iterations of letterhead. So we have this version here, almost the same, but a little bit different. Address, basically, his address changed. And then they have another letterhead from Shirley Durst, City Clerk's office. And then another envelope.
Thank you for the mayor's resignation.
There's these little clasps on these envelopes, very brittle.
Mine just broke. Mine broke off. It flew someplace. I don't know where it flew to.
Oh, your piece of rough.
Oh yeah, there it is. I get it.
Okay, so we have, it's like two pictures of officers and their police vehicle and police vehicle and police boat. And that's not our old boat. That's even older, I guess, right? That one there.
That's the I believe that was a 2000 or 2001 C Pro.
Yeah. And then this police car, obviously white and red and blue.
Crown Royal.
Yeah.
Crown Vic.
And there's a Port Richey police patch in here. And then a card, a business card, Port Richey Police Department, William R. Downs, Chief of Police. And he signed it. It says WRD 900-31802. What's 900? Is that the call letter for chief or something?
So that 900 was the agency ID number.
Oh,
you know,
gotcha.
it's an informal ID number.
Okay. So he signed that, and it's got his office number, email. On the back of the pictures. So this picture of the officer in the car, is Police Officer Billy Cabinas. And the police boat, there's 2 officers there. They are Corporal Jay Galazzi, the left, and Police Officer Billy Cabinas on the right. And then there is this picture here with 2001 William R. Downs, Chief of Police on the left, McGruff, the crime-fighting dog in the middle, and Eloise Taylor, Mayor City of Port Richey on the right. And then there's a picture of the Twin Towers in memory of the tragedy of September 11th, 2001. 1,000 lives were taken without warning. The heroes who gave unselfishly and the impact it will have on our lives forever. God bless our beautiful country. Picture of the Twin Towers. And then there's a letter from the Port Richey Police Department, Chief William Downs, March 25th, 2002. To whom may concern, it is with great pleasure that the members of the Port Richey Police Department send these greetings to our brothers and sisters of the future. The Port Richey Police Department at this time consists of 14 law enforcement officers, including the Chief of Police and supervisors, 5 dispatchers, and 2 office personnel. A member roster has been enclosed. With our present jurisdiction of approximately 4 square miles, this department averages approximately 800 cases per month. We have 6 patrol vehicles, 1 utility vehicle, 3 unmarked vehicles, and 2 police boats. We presently use radar and laser for speed enforcement, and imagine that with the advances in technology, you will be asking, what are radar and laser? Well, not quite. We hope when you read this, the city has expanded and grown into a major municipality and has placed itself on the map of the state of Florida as a place to visit, stay, and enjoy. We have enjoyed serving the residents of the city and hope that we have established a sound infrastructure that has paved the way for you, our future. We wish you well and hope that as you look back upon us, you will envision a group of people who held themselves to the highest ethical and professional standards. You will probably be placing items into a time capsule at some time in your future. If that is the case, please enclose a copy of this letter with your memorabilia. We are your past. You are our future. God bless you all. God bless America. Your friends from 2002, WRD 900. And there's a list of the member roster for the police department.
Nice. Very nice.
So, very cool.
Yeah, I think these are all of this should go back in.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Need to be taken.
One thing I found here is a check from Sandra and Frederick Spaldy.
Yeah, Sandra Small.
8207 Old Post Road, and a water bill marked paid from
Did you catch that?
2002. So yeah, the water bill in 2002 was $37.25.
That's
Hasn't
what
gone up that much.
$100.
How much was it?
37.
Yeah, well,
And the average water bill's around.
it says 4,000 gallons
Oh my! How many?
in 4,000 gallons in 28 days.
That's about right. Family of 2.
Well, actually 3 here. Amanda,
What
Frederick,
does Matt
and
have?
Cheryl.
There you go. Should be the city clerk.
This is the city managers.
City clerk.
You want to read it?
So city
Who
clerk.
put it in?
Okay, so this is it's a picture book with several pictures in it. Hello. I hope you enjoy this record and pictures of the construction of our new city hall. There are also some photographs of our 75th anniversary celebration in May of 2000, which included the grand opening of the first completed phase of the bike and hike trail and the Grand Boulevard extension. In addition, we have included some pictures of our parks. Today, we are celebrating the grand opening of City Hall. We are all very proud of our new building, and I am particularly proud to have personally been able to participate in the history of Port Richey as an employee for the past 22 years, including 18 as city clerk. My fondest wish is that by the time this capsule is opened, Port Richey's full potential will have been finally recognized, and the dreams that many of us have for the city here in the year 2002 will have been realized. Best wishes, Shirley Dress, City Clerk, March 26, 2002. And it says, the City of Port Richey cordially invites you to the groundbreaking ceremony for our new City Hall, Tuesday, June 12th, 2001 at 3 p.m., 6333 Ridge Road at 4 Mile Avenue, RSVP by June 8, 2001. And then there's several pictures within here. the groundbreaking, waiting construction for the roof, front and west side of building. We're getting there, front entrance. I won't read all these, but it goes through the new city hall and it's done. What a beautiful sight. Front entrance, main lobby. That's interesting. Okay. Have the picture of the council members, the assistant city manager, more council and department heads. There was a ribbon cutting, looks like. The new dais where they took their seat. And just several pictures. I'll just leave this over here. People can kind of look through for that. Okay. So.
Very nice.
And so now
Now
so if we could, well, we're going to put these out for people to view, or
Well, I was hoping that because of time, we are having our History and Heritage Day next week on next
right.
Saturday, and all these items will be out for display as along with all the other museum items that we have, from in our vault, and we're going to lay all these out for everyone to see.
That's good.
At the end of this meeting, if anyone wants to come and take a look just for a little bit, that's fine. But we're going to lay them all out anyway. And then what we want to do is make sure that we prepare them to put them back with the other capsule that we're preparing for May 18th.
Yeah, mine had rust on it.
I know, yeah, for a minute.
Thank you, sir. You want to put your stuff back in there? Did yours come in again?
Yeah. Oh, goodness. Oh, let me read that. Oh, no, I read that. Yes, all new paper. Okay.
I still think you can get a Sunday paper and a Wednesday paper.
So the one that was planted in the 50th anniversary is here, and it's looks like all newspapers. There's the Pasco Tribune. And they smell old, I tell you. So the Pasco Tribune, Tampa, Florida, Thursday, May 15th, 1975. Port Richey at 50. And there's a picture. Be careful not to hurt these papers. Captain Richey started it all with a visit. A fun-filled week marked celebration. Let me read this particular article. So, a fun-filled week marks celebration. So, this is absolutely the 50th anniversary. By Jim Dawkins, Tribune staff writer. Port Richey, a jam-packed week of activities will begin Sunday, marking Port Richey's golden anniversary celebration. With hosts of the activities centered at the Port Richey Shopping Village, location of the Port Richey City Hall, the schedule of activities runs from Sunday through Saturday, May 24th. The golden anniversary celebration will officially begin at 2 p.m. Sunday at the shopping village with city officials, former mayors, and area dignitaries on hand. Highlighting the opening ceremonies will be the honoring of the man and woman who have lived longest in the city. Following the opening ceremonies, the Bayonet Point Junior High School Band will present a free concert at the shopping center from 3 to 4 p.m. Food will be next on the agenda with a fish fry sponsored by the Ladies Auxiliary of the Port Richey Fire Department. Members of the Clark family, one of the city's pioneer families, will be preparing the fish for serving 4 to 7 p.m. Tickets are available at the Port Richey City Hall for $1.50. Old time singing and dancing will wind up first day of activities as the Saturn Express. 2G. Okay, so it says Saturn Express entertains at the shopping village from 6 to 9 p.m. On Monday, the first day of a 2-day flea market starts at the shopping village with hours 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. on both Monday and Tuesday. Residents wishing to get rid of no longer used items can do so renting a space for $2 or a table and space for $3. Arrangements can be made at City Hall. Later Monday from 5 to 7 p.m., every dog will have his day at the dog contest, regardless of whether the owner is a city resident or not. With registration now underway at City Hall and there is no entrance fee, the dog with the shortest tail, dog with the longest tail, biggest dog, littlest dog, and best dressed dog all will win ribbons during the dog show at the shopping village. With the flea market continuing Tuesday, the Gay 90s return. With singing by the Gay 90s group, residents, especially senior citizens, are being asked to dress in the mode of the 1890s and reminisce at the shopping village from 2 to 3:30 p.m. At 5 p.m., the baby contest will be held with babies from 6 months old competing at the shopping village. Again, there is no entrance fee. Babies should be registered at City Hall by 4:30 p.m. on the day of the contest. On Wednesday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., all West Pasco residents are invited to display their art exhibits at the art show and historical display. Registration at City Hall is required to reserve space. There is no entrance fee. On Wednesday night from 7 to 10 p.m., area residents with their own bands are eligible to participate in the rock and country jam session. Details are available at City Hall regarding the jam session that's intended for both young and old. The art show and historical display continues Thursday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the shopping village. Bingo lovers will have their chance Thursday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. The Knights of Columbus are sponsoring games at their hall, 130 Boulevard in Port Richey. Free tea and coffee will be provided. Friday will be the day for those with a sweet tooth, as a bake sale will be held from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the shopping village. The Cypress Follies talent shows by grades 3 through 6 of Cypress Elementary are also planning for Friday with a tentative time of 4 p.m. at the shopping village. And from 8 to 10 p.m., the square dance is on tap at the shopping village. The final day of the Golden Anniversary gets underway Saturday, May 24th, with a parade of 48 units, including horses, bands, and floats. The parade will start at the west end of Bay Boulevard at 11 a.m. and go east on Bay to Quist Drive to Richey Drive to the Port Richey Shopping Village and through it. Immediately after the parade, city officials will join the crowd for the cake cutting ceremonies marking the community's 50th birthday as a city. From noon to 6 p.m., the Sertoma Barbecue will be held at the shopping village. Tickets are already on sale at Port Richey City Hall and are $2 for adults and $1.50 for children if purchased in advance. Prizes at the event will be $2.50 for adults and $1.75 for children. Wrapping up the week of activities will be the 6th Annual Policeman's Ball. The annual fair will feature two bands, the Moon Glows and the Woodsmen, providing music for dancing that begins at 9 a.m. at the Newport Richey Recreation Center. So
They had a good planning committee.
yeah. And it's good to know that actually we have some very similarity to some of our events that are going to couple. Right. And just there was one more headline I caught my eye here. Port Richey once like a wilderness, says. I remember my grandfather talking about the Indians killing people too, but that was way before my time, even before my father's time, Mary Woodruff. It all started with a visit. So. And I'll do an abridged version of all these. I wanted to read that because it was about the festival. And these are very rolled up and dirty. Brittle. There's a Suncoast News. Oh, it's terrible.
Yeah.
This is St. Petersburg Times Parade. Should you have a right to a job? Cover story: weightlifting, a growing sport for women. The Floridian, May 18th, 1975. There's a wheelchair and looks like a plane. He's flying. He doesn't have his feet on the ground. Page 13. Unfortunately, there's some sticky stuff in here that is grabbing the paper. Now, I'm going to try not to take any more of that off. There's looks like a TV guide, St. Petersburg TV Dial. It's called Television Viewing on the Suncoast for the week of May 18th to 24. CBS presents encore presentation of Larry, the case history of a mistake. You remember that show, Sean? And then there's the Floridian accident issue bride and bridegroom guide. There's all part of Sunday paper looks like. And then there's more time capsule stuff. Pasco Times, Sunday, May 18th, 1975. Port Richey opens 50th anniversary celebration today. And then this is for the time capsule. Newspaper 2, Week Program 1, Opening Ceremonies 1, Mayor's Proclamation 1, I must be in here, Police Ball Program 1, Winslow Engineering Program, I guess, ENG Program. Something Sister City. Clipping Sister City, dedication of City Hall, 1975 coins, commemorative badge. Ready for sealing, Robert L. Downey, Public Works Commissioner. Somebody need a bath. This is all standing.
Yeah.
So this is the invitation and program, dedication of City Hall, October 1974. It's in an envelope. The envelope has remnants on it, but dedication, the honor of your presence is requested at the dedication of Port Richey City Hall, located at 100 U.S. Highway, Port Richey, Florida, Saturday, October. Not sure the date. The dedication will commence at 11 o'clock. The Honorable Lawton Chili's Childs will be the guest speaker. RSVP City Hall. And then there's the dedication program with events on there. This is the 50th anniversary City of Port Richey, Florida, 1925-1975, a pin. There's Port Richey Police Department, 6th Annual Policeman's Ball, May 24th, 1975, commemorating the 50th anniversary of our city. And this is the program they had at the ball with several older pictures and sponsorship stuff in here. If any of these folks are still in business, we should hit them up for additional sponsorships. Then we got Port Richey's Golden Anniversary, 1925-1975, May 18th to May 24th. Schedule of events. There's all the events for the event for the Golden Anniversary. The 50th anniversary program. What else? And then, here's a proclamation. So I'll read the proclamation, and I'll end with that. But there's also this Winslow Urban District Council civic reception to meet and welcome Mayor John H. Durney, City of Port Richey, Florida, USA. Public Hall, Winslow, Saturday, June 6th. And the proclamation. Whereas the date of May 18th, 1925 stands out in the city of Port Richey, Florida, and today is the 50th anniversary of its incorporation, and whereas the City Council, in recognition of said city government, wishes to pay tribute to those in the past who have been responsible for the reorganization of the city, being proud of the progress that has been made in this area for 50 years, and whereas it is only just and proper that we should recognize those who are responsible for the founding of our city, and whereas it seems appropriate that this particular time should be set aside for the recognition and celebration of the 50 years of progress in the city of Port Richey, Florida, by way of planned activities under the sponsorship of civic, social, fraternal, and religious organizations in the city who have willingly indicated their interest to sponsor and carry out the various programs. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed that this period from May 18th through May 24th, 1975, be observed and set aside as a time of recognition of the founding of our city, and we urge all citizens and businessmen and commercial interests to become involved in the various activities, in witness whereof I have hereunto set my hand and caused the seal of the city of Port Richey, Florida, to be affixed on this 18th day of May, 1975. Harry F. V. Siam, Jr., Mayor, City of Port Richey, Florida. And that's all. And with that, that's all we have for the opening ceremonies. Obviously, feel free to stay around. We're going to put some stuff out to look at, and then with that, I look for a motion.
Motion to adjourn.
Second. Have a motion second. All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Meeting adjourned.
I forget where you turn it off.